Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pranam. Welcome to Vani Amrit Vani program. His Grace Rupavilas Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. His Grace Ram Kripadas Prabhuji will be reading the Nam followed by Prabhupada quote, and Her Grace Sadhu Sevni Mataji will be reading the shlokas. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Welcome.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी दंडवत प्रणाम। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ही डिवाइन गेस्ट श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ही जुलनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। ही जुलनेस भक्ति आश्रय वैष्णव स्वामी महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामा श्री नामामृत। Krishna helps the sincere chanter. If Krishna sees that one is chanting Hare Krishna sincerely, he helps internally and externally. We should try to avoid the 10 offenses in chanting the holy name. But anyone who chants Hare Krishna sincerely is purified. Cheto darpana marjanam. Mahadavagni nirvapanam. Chaitanya Charitamrita Antelila 20.12 Shikshashtaka 1. This is the easiest process by which the mirror of the mind can be cleansed. If Krishna sees that someone is sincerely chanting Hare Krishna, he will help. He is within everyone and he can understand whether one is sincere or not. Krishna helps a sincere devotee internally and externally. Internally, he helps as Paramatma by giving intelligence from within. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Externally, he helps his representative, the spiritual master. Teachings of Lord Kapila, the son of Devavati. Prabhupada quote, 9th July. To train a new man is like training a wild animal to be a pet. Just like tiger is trained in the circus and later on they are danced to the tune of the master. So the point being stressed is training. A preacher should always be tolerant. Letter to Gaura Hari, 9 July 1971. Letter to Jagadisha, 9 July 1970. These temples, they are just like the oases in the desert for the conditioned souls to quench the thirst of their desire for real happiness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Bhagavad Gita 10.32 Sarganam Adir Antascha Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vada Pravaddatam Aham. Translation. Of all the creations, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle, O Arjuna. Of all the sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.10.9 Te eva lalata lagnaster ishubhi sarva eva hi matva nirastam atmanam ashamsam karma tasya tat. Translation. When the heroes of the Yaksha saw that all their heads were being thus threatened by Dhruv Maharaj, they could very easily understand their awkward position, and they concluded that they would certainly be defeated. But as heroes, they lauded the action of Dhruva. Hare Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela 4.1 to 2. आरती देखिया पूरी कैला नमस्कार बहिरे आयला करे किछु न कहिला आर. Translation. After the arti was finished, Madhvendra Puri offered his obeisances to the deity and left the temple. He did not say anything more to anyone. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. श्री श्री राधराज बिहारी भगवान की जय, ललिता सखी विशाख माता की जय, गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, गौरांग निताय महाप्रभु की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय, मॉर्निंग चैंटिंग प्रोग्राम की जय, समवेत भाग्यवंत भक्त वृंद की जय. Krishna helps a sincere chanter. Prabhupada says, what is the meaning of sincerity? Sincerity should be in following the instructions, what Guru Parampara has said. Because Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, I know the present, I know the future, and I know everybody. There is nothing which is not known to Lord. So, a child can cry and child can show the intention. The rest, Krishna will arrange. Because it is the mother who picks up the child for feeding and tries to quench the thirst, the hunger. Similarly, when there is a sincerity in following the instructions which are coming from Guru Parampara, Lord sincerely provides help so that he can go further in the path of spiritual life. And sincerity in chanting, sincerity in reading, sincerity in following four regulative principles, sincerity in only eating prasad, sincerity in not offending the devotees, sincerity in saying that somehow or other I try to use my life in service without any expectation. When that type of sincerity is there, 100% the help is there for you. In chanting, in reading, in all the things which you do in your life. In material life also, the help is there. We can go further. Very nicely said. At every level of your bhakti, you require a training. Like a person who is there in KG. From KG goes to first standard, second standard, then he goes to 10th, then he goes to graduation, then he goes to career. And in every path, he requires some mentor. Similarly, when we come in bhakti, we have to train ourselves nicely because Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, mind is our biggest enemy. And if you want to control your mind, abhyas and vairagya. Continuous abhyas has to be there. And at the same time, detachment has to be there. Abhyas is a very, very important part of a bhakti. And that's why our morning program forms the foundation of that training, abhyas. And for that, the preacher has to always tolerate. It is said there are three types of devotees: Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttama. Kanishta devotees you have to tolerate. With Madhyam Madhyam devotee, you have to make friendship. And with the senior devotees, you should selflessly try to serve them and take Ashirwad. In this way, you will be always safe in bhakti. Please read further. Yes, there are many temples, but we can understand the temple difference between ISKCON and other temples. Where you go to other temples, there is no kirtan, no Mahaprasad, no association. भगवान के सामने खड़े रहो, अपना जो दुख दर्द या जो भी एप्लीकेशन डाल दो, और अगर लग गया तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं लग गया तो दूसरे भगवान के पास चले जाओ. You go to another Bhagwan and try to give your application of all your problems. But here in ISKCON, we understand that with the help of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chakshu Shastra, with the help of the Shastra Chakshu, we can understand our position, we can understand our problem, and at the same time, we can understand our duty, the prime duty. Save punsa paro dharmo, yato bhakti adokshaya, ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. That the bhakti should be ahetuki and continuous. It should be not without any motive. The only motive should be to love and serve the Lord. And that training we get in ISKCON with the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, there are hundreds of temples, hundreds of institutions. But the heart changing, or the mind changing, or the consciousness changing, or the goal changing in our life doesn't happen. Okay. सर्गाणामादि अनन्तश्च मध्येव च अर्जुन आध्यात्म विद्या विद्यानां वाद प्रवदाताम अहम्. Again and again, Lord is trying to explain, I am the middle, I am the end, I am the beginning, I am the spiritual science, and I am the conclusive truth, the param truth. Lord says, I am the real truth. And that's why when Lord appeared in the Garbha of Devaki, the Devatas came and they say, Satya, 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 you are the real truth, you are the ultimate truth. They starts the stuti with Satyam, Satyam, Satyam. Because we do not know the real Satya and we try to make this material world as the truth and we get trapped. The real truth is Krishna. The real truth is to connect with Krishna. The real truth is that we have to serve him lovingly in the direction of our Guru and Parampara, not individually. Here, with the mercy of Lord, Dhruv Maharaj is valiantly, very nicely fighting in the battle. And the Yakshas, they were able to understand that it is impossible to win over them. And they were trying to admire the way Dhruv Maharaj was fighting. So this is the way where actually the fighting used to happen in the past life. But nowadays the fighting is happening like animals and dogs and cats, and like in jungle में कैसे शिकार के लिए रात को खड़ा रहता है. That time the fighting is happening. And that's why there is no rule, regulations in Kali Yuga, in fighting or prayena alpayushya sabhya kalavasim yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi upadrata. Upadradi jeev are there in Kali Yuga, and they fight among themselves, and they're very unfortunate that immediately कभी हार्ट अटैक आ जाएगा, कभी प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा, कभी लाइफ में एनीथिंग कैन हैपन एंड उनका पूरा लाइफ खत्म हो सकता है एनी मोमेंट. वी हैव सीन दैट person Sanjeev Kapoor, who was a billionaire, empire, he died just because he was playing polo and a bee entered in his mouth. And with the mouth, that stink of the bee paralyzed the heart. And he got immediately heart attack. And his 10,000 crore empire finished by that bee. वो एक बी ने उसका 10,000 करोड़ का पूरा साम्राज्य खत्म कर दिया. So anything can happen. Huh? And that's why we have to understand this thing. That in Kali Yuga, this type of fighting is not happening because there is no rule and regulation. But in the olden days, when we read all these things, Dhruv Maharaj thing and Yakshas thing, we understand that they used to fight valiantly. Okay. Here again, in CC, we see the quality of a pure devotee. He asked something from the Lord, that if I can get the kheer, but he felt ashamed for asking. And that's why he left immediately the place. Immediately. That I should not ask anything from the Lord. Huh? I should only try to serve him. But at the same time, we should understand this is a quality of a pure devotee. But there are Madhyam devotees and Kanishta devotees. And Lord says in Bhagavad Gita that if you have any desire, it's better not to go to anybody else, but go to Krishna. And Krishna will arrange for that desire, material desires to fulfill. Because one cannot become a pure devotee directly, where he's become selfless, but he has some desires. If he has some desires, you should reveal it to the Guru and the Lord. And the arrangement will be done by the Lord and everybody, by which he can come out of that problem. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.